Video editing is where all your hard work is brought together, and as much or as little effort can be applied, but there's a great solution to getting the resources you need, even if you don't have the in-house resources. With the film industry being so popular, there are various online resources which are available that you can hire the technical people who simply want to work to get your project on their CV. In this particular instance, I'm talking about a site called createexplore.com. I'll put the link in below. But what I'm going to cover today is a bit about editing software and a bit about training and hiring people. So you can hire people by the hour, or like I briefly mentioned earlier about Create Explore, about music and stock video. Finally, colouring your videos with LUTs, they're called lookup tables. I mentioned at the beginning of the series that these short videos are not to be viewed as a comparison of products, but or product reviews for that matter, but only what we're doing and what we're using. And this is quite important, especially when it comes to video editing software. We use the Adobe Creative Suite, which includes Photoshop and Illustrator, and actually I think there's a total of 24 programs altogether, but including video editing, special effects and audio. And that relates to Premiere Pro, After Effects and Audition. Now, some people prefer Apple's Final Cut Pro, some people prefer Blackmagic and DaVinci Resolve, and some Avid. But for most beginners and novices and so on, the most popular choice is within the Adobe Creative Suite, simply because if your creative team are already paying for an Adobe subscription, well, you just download and enable it to start editing. So kind of happy days. So the more you investigate this, I'm pretty sure the more you'll appreciate that using software meant for use at home and the occasional family video and so on doesn't quite cut it. And I'm talking about it's called Premiere Elements or iMovie. And the reason for this is that the vast resources that are available at your disposal, and the whole integration that comes with the larger platforms. The three Adobe products, Premiere, After Effects and Audition, all talk to each other. And really, I would say they make for an integrated workflow, which is what your team needs, really. The second important factor is the available amount of online training. I mean, the training available through LinkedIn, which was I don't know if you remember, there was lynda.com, but the others are Udemy, udemy.com, creativelive.com, and of course YouTube. So if you're not going to do all of this in-house, then there's always peoplebythehour.com. And you can get, you can appoint one or two or more contractors for a day, a week or a month or a specific job or a project. Even if it means you use these people to help get your own people up to speed. Because the point of this is doing everything, I'm recommending you do everything in-house. You've then got all the video blocks, Shutterstock and ArtGrid. And this is where stock footage or stock videos that you can get. I mean, I'd say you wanted some aerial footage of the city of London shot from an aeroplane or a drone. Well, you ain't going to be going up there, but you can get stock footage. It'll cost a few quid, as in like 20, 30 quid. And that's it, you've got some great B-roll. I mean, there's loads of applications and ideas, but the whole thing about it is looking at this to transpose this video stuff into becoming your prospecting structure. You then got your style or your lookup tables, and once you've shot your video and you basically you shot it in what's called a raw format, and then you can apply this lookup table that colorizes it. So you can make it look like a sepia black and white, or you can make it look like, I don't know if you saw 300 or any video that you can think of that's been colorized. So the point is, it's about doing what you can and setting you apart from anybody else. So at the end of the day, you can decide if you want to use this approach or not. I mean, it's entirely up to you. But here are some examples of LUTs applied to certain films. I mean, you could probably gather I love all this, because it's getting a real kind of insight into the film industry and applying it to what we do. So I'll play a bit of music, and you can watch some of these these different styles that people have applied. The final element is stock audio, or stock audio. And you can basically, every video has a background soundtrack or whatever, and you can create your own style or whatever you want to get to use for your videos. But if you're going to shoot something in slow motion, you won't have any actual sound to go with it. But what you will have is your background music. The whole thing about sound and sound design is absolutely essential, and I think the real key part is making your videos look and seem and feel natural. And so by adding music and sound design, just enhances their engagement, and don't forget their enjoyment. You want to keep them looking at you. And if we all know how music in fact impacted us in the past. And what happens when they use it in an action scene and this, that and the other. But people remember music. People remember sounds. I mean, I do. And it just looks that it's paying attention to detail. That's what people want to know. So, as you'll have gathered, to point out that and I suppose to cut to the chase, is what you can do, what you can achieve is astounding these days. And I mean, anybody can call up a video production company, but they'll charge you through the nose. Why wouldn't they? And let's face it, you're not going to need all the special effects of a sci-fi movie or anything like that, just to get your business tone of voice across. People want to find out if they can have confidence in you and if they can trust you. And that's it. And the fact that your staff can't really go out cold calling for the afternoon like used to 20, 30 years ago, and connect with a raft of managing directors, it means that another method needs to be adopted. Something else needs to be done. And for you to appear where your target market are hanging out. And it's probably not at the golf course anymore. Partly it is, but you're not going to be able to just bump into them. But they're going to be on YouTube, or they're going to be something like that. Anyway, have a think about it. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. And as I said before, if you'd like to have a chat about this or our approach to doing marketing, just give me a call. Just let us know. And we'll see what comes up. Anyway, until the next and final episode in this series, bye for now.